we've got some big problems with some of the legal immigration programs that we have. I mean, we've seen this H-1B program, how companies will bring in H-1B.
Okay, hold on. This is exactly what we have been saying for years. According to CBS News, Governor DeSantis just directed the Florida State University system to stop using H-1B visas. He is ordering them to prioritize hiring Americans first. And get this, colleges were using these visas to bring in a professor from China and an assistant swim coach from Spain. You have to wonder whether we suddenly forgot how to swim. They are treating our taxpayer-funded colleges like a cheap international temp agency. But wait until you see the corporate abuse.
Ron DeSantis has directed Florida's Board of Governors to crack down on H-1B visa abuse in higher education. The Florida governor also announced a partnership with the federal government to cancel or repurpose millions of dollars in DEI-related grants. DeSantis said in a statement, quote, universities across the country are importing foreign workers on H-1B visas instead of hiring Americans who are qualified and available to do the job. The new directive requires taxpayer-funded institutions in Florida to prioritize American graduates. Proponents of H-1B visas argue that they are necessary to hire individuals for specialty occupations. Opponents say the visas give foreign workers an advantage over Americans. Last month, President Donald Trump announced a $100,000 fee for employees petitioning for new H-1B visas.
Look at that. The crackdown is officially underway. We are finally seeing a leader stand up to this broken system. The H-1B program was supposed to be for highly specialized talent. Instead, it turned into a massive loophole for cheap labor. They bring in foreign workers, pay them less, and leave American graduates out in the cold. It is like a landlord inspecting the curtains while the roof is on fire. But then DeSantis exposed the most disgusting part of this entire scam. Listen very closely to what happens next.
The Americans train the H-1B and then they fire the Americans and hire the H-1B. How would that even remotely be acceptable?
There it is. Read those words again. They force Americans to train their own foreign replacements, and then they fire them. Tell me I am wrong in the comments, but this is the most un-American business practice in history. You dedicate years to a company, and your reward is training the person taking your paycheck. DeSantis just called it exactly what it is, a total scam that punishes our citizens. But he did not stop with the universities. Notice what he points out about the rest of the immigration disaster.
You have chain migration, which is not merit-based and is bringing in more distant relatives. Not what you want. So there's a whole host of issues there that need major reform. But from an immigration enforcement perspective, I mean, if somebody is here on like an H-2A visa, they are working in the state of Florida legally. And when we did E-Verify, people would say, we had to verify an act, they'd say, hey, there's a busload of farm workers. I saw them on I-4. And people assume they're illegal. And then FDLE looks, they all had the H-2A visas. And so there's no enforcement.
Are you paying attention yet? As he just reported, chain migration is bringing in distant relatives without any focus on merit or skills. We have a system that ignores what this country actually needs. The radical left wants open borders and endless chain migration because they think it buys them loyalty. They are turning the American dream into a handout. DeSantis is dragging this entire mess into the light. But watch how he perfectly breaks down the absurdity of our enforcement policies right here. Boom, he nailed it. Our enforcement agencies are so confused by the border chaos that they assume legal farm workers are illegal. That is what happens when the system is broken. But DeSantis is actually fighting back. By banning H-1B hiring in Florida state universities, he is proving that America First is a requirement. The people elected a leader, not a temporary tenant to push around. If you want to see who else is taking a stand, click on the video on your screen right now.